My husband kept a locked drawer for 9 years, and I never once tried to open it. It was the bottom right drawer of an ugly oak desk he brought with him when we moved in together. Everything else in that desk was open. Pens, tape, a stapler that never worked, a phone charger for a phone neither of us owned anymore. Just that one drawer, and a small brass lock, and a key he kept somewhere I never found. He told me about it the first week. He didn't wait for me to notice it. That's the part people never believe when I tell this story. He sat me down on a moving box in a room full of moving boxes, and he said, "There's one thing in this house that's mine. It's the bottom drawer. It's not another woman. It's not money. It's not anything that can hurt you. One day I'll open it in front of you, and you'll understand why I didn't." I asked him when one day was. He said, "You'll know when it gets here." I was 26. I thought it was romantic. That's the truth, and I'm not proud of it. I thought a man with one secret was more interesting than a man with none. So I made myself a promise, standing there in that half-empty room, and it was the kind of promise you make when you're young and you think promises are free. I decided I would never ask again. Not once. It became a point of pride, and pride is a strange thing to build a marriage on. But that's what I did. Everybody else asked for me. My best friend Nell asked within a month of meeting him. She said, "So what's in it?" And when I told her I didn't know, she laughed, and then stopped laughing when she realized I was serious. She said, "Honey," she said it the way you say it when someone tells you they found a great deal on a car with no engine. My mother asked constantly. That's important. So remember it. My mother asked about that drawer more than anyone alive. She asked at Thanksgiving. She asked in the car. She asked once at a garden center out of absolutely nowhere while I was holding a bag of soil. She'd say, "A man doesn't lock a drawer for no reason." She'd say, "I'm only looking out for you." She'd say, "Your father never had a lock on anything in his life." And I'd say, "My father also never had a job for longer than a year." And she'd go quiet, and 2 weeks later she'd ask again. For 9 years my mother asked me about that drawer, and for 9 years I said the same thing. He told me it wouldn't hurt me. And she'd look at me like I was a child who'd been handed a beautiful box and told not to shake it. Here's the part where I have to be honest, because if I skip it you'll think I was stronger than I was. I came close twice. The first time was in our 3rd year. Daniel came home late 3 nights running, and on the 4th night he took a phone call in the garage with the door shut, and he was out there for over an hour. I stood in the hallway with a screwdriver in my hand. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I stood outside that room and I thought about what a screwdriver could do to a small brass lock, and I thought about the specific sound it would make, and I thought about what my face would look like when he came in from the garage. I put the screwdriver back in the kitchen drawer. He came inside 20 minutes later, and he had been crying, and he wouldn't tell me why, and I didn't push. 2 months later, his uncle died, and I learned that the uncle had been sick for a long time and that Daniel had been the only person he called. The second time was worse. It was year 6. I was putting his winter coat away, and I found an envelope in the inside pocket.